Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to my poetry corner. Never forget that history tells you what happened, and poetry tells you what could have happened. Although, my very good friend here, Madame Lama, yes, that's her name, she thinks differently. She believes that narratives and history were created and were told by people who had the power to oppress other people, and they decided to ignore and repressed or oppressed half of the population, more than half of the population, women, children, people who believe differently, people from other cultures, slaves, people that didn't have the right to vote or to be part of the elite, among others. And we, simple mortals, we decided to follow those things because those things were taught to us. And just because we knew history and we knew the narratives, it doesn't mean that they were right, because nobody told us that we can know things that are wrong, that there are things that are not complete, that we're missing half, even more than half of what happened. Different perspectives. How can you ignore women in the narratives? I'm pretty sure they shape the way we live, society, traditions. Anyway, luckily in life, there are people that are trying to find different perspectives. Maybe not find, but to add a different perspective of how we see narratives. And this episode is a way to say, Shalom, friend, to a very good friend of mine. She added a new dimension of my Talmud studies, and I'm very grateful for that. This episode is about that. Not the Talmud, but about the fact that doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter which history or which narrative or which philosophy you are living by. Think when this was created, when this narrative was taught. When was it born? Was it oppressing people, women, slaves? Do you need to follow that the same way nowadays? Does it need some context? Does it need to be updated? Because just because it was done like that 50 years ago, 100 years ago, even more years ago, it doesn't mean we have to do it the same way nowadays. So, whenever you face a narrative, a philosophy, school of thought, you should question, where is this coming from? Is it still applicable to the current times? About the poem. This poem has two parts. The first part was written with words, like any other poem. The second part is a melody, and yes, it sounds like a song, but no, it's a poem. It is a poem, and the first part will be read by me, and the second part will be read by Ahava, my guitar. Let's get poetic. Greet me, para Miriam and Sophie. Lead me into your world with a phrase as you begin. Lead me into the times of sages who never gave in. Guide me through the desert of stories and agadas. Greet me beyond the eye. Greet me with her butterfly. And let me hear your thoughts while you set a witty tone. Let me feel we're now discussing back in Babylon. Teach me gently what was not lived in my childhood home. Greet me to your very dome. Greet me, and then go on. Walk me through the ages with the book of splendor. Paint over the temples what was wrong with the holy law, as bread was baked by someone not falling from above. Tell me more about those women. Tell me less about those men. And bring me into the fight against the chains to be torn. Lead the battle of women's that are now reborn. Light a spark of mercy, thought love seems to be outworn. Greet them with a shield of love. Greet them with a hand of love. Lead me into your world with a phrase as you begin. Lead me into your beauty of Sephora and Sepharim. Guide me through the games that will take you to the throne. Walk me through the desert as I roam. Bless me with your warm shalom. Greet me with your warm shalom. More about those women, tell me less about those men. Thank you for joining us. I hope you join us for the next time. And never, ever, ever stop questioning the narratives. Because probably when they were created, they were oppressing someone. We need to create new narratives. And we need to try to give everybody an opportunity to be happy, to be free, and we need to treat everyone with human dignity. Until next time, ciao.